This is Monaco 2, which is a really interesting and rather late sort of sequel to Monaco What's Yours Is Mine. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is like genuinely an interesting continuation of a game that I quite enjoyed many years ago. Like, it's genuinely fascinating to see that this has returned. Because like I said, I actually really like the first game. It's definitely worth taking a look at if you've, kind of never played this sort of a thing. This game, definitely a big change up from like the original in terms of like, oh, it's like a full 3D kind of thing, and it's definitely a lot more visually ambitious, but the gameplay mechanics seem to be pretty similar, which is, what you'd expect out of a sequel. And yeah, Monaco, if you like this style and you want something that's a little bit more streamlined or kind of simplistic and smooth and all that, I would recommend taking a look at the original game, because it's like this, but it's like really, I think it's kind of a little quicker, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, it's quite fascinating. And I think there's like several, like there's like 8 different characters or something you can play as, and they all have different abilities. Interact with the checkpoint to change characters. Yeah, because they all have different abilities. This socialite can essentially send her dog out to distract people, which would obviously be a very helpful thing. If you were trying to sneak by folks. So it's a new place. Well, Monaco, I guess, is not a new place, but it's a place that's filled to the brim, yeah, with greed and luxury. And you are attempting to go in and, make your mark, make your money.
So sorry.
And attempt to survive, and you're trying to get, like, the best times and the best scores, so it's like the goal is to be effective, and the goal is to make money while you're doing things. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept for a game, and like I said, I really genuinely enjoyed the original game back in the day, and this one sort of completely took me by surprise, because there was literally like no info kind of about it. It just sort of like appeared one day, and I was like, oh, okay. Isn't there like a red line here that's like danger? Oh, okay. Then it disappears for a second, and then I can kind of get by. Alright. Check the air vent. Unbelievable. So new characters, new ways to play, switching your character during the mission to change to what's needed. And it's a game that you can play alone, or you can play it with others. 4 players can come together in order to complete the missions and the objectives that are at play in this one. And yeah, you can do that like locally, you can play with others, or you can do it online. And that was kind of the strength of this game, was just the, or at least the original game, was the cooperative angle that it had. Can I, like, take this guy out? Is that an option? Je suis le robot le plus intelligent. Oh, I see. The adorable dog distracts. That's why we keep the dog. The distractions.
You be a dear.
It's actually kind of hilariously cute and adorable. We could just, like, literally use the dog to just, like, run by people. Okay, that is hilariously awesome. So every heist requires planning. You can look through the layouts of the world before you go through it. Can I just walk by the band and just, like, step over the crates? This would have taken, like, 2 seconds. Anyways, doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, so you can replay things, you can go for better speeds, you can do some different challenges, there's like leaderboards that you're competing and facing off with others against, there's little secrets to find, little challenges to discover. There's genuinely a lot to like about these games, and you know, the sequel is honestly like a pretty good continuation, honestly. Like, it feels like it's right in the vein and in the spirit of what the original game was like and what it had to offer, which is really, really cool. It does, like I said, feel a lot slower paced, I guess. Which is funny, but I think it matches the gameplay a little bit better, where it's sort of, you know, it's just a different type of game. Can we break the code? But wouldn't the dog set off the alarm? Okay, it'd be cool if all the coins didn't, like, end up sprawled across the floor. That would be fantastic. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be our last job, but, you know, it's never your last job. There's always something going on, right? Oh, so this is something that happens later, and then we're gonna be going back in time to an earlier time? Oh. Okay, that's an interesting framing thing. But yeah, it's a really good co-op game. It's genuinely something kind of fascinating. There's like your daily heists you can do that kind of mix things up. It's a nice continuation of the original game. But like, yeah, I guess it just kind of like came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, they're not even like really talking about this or anything. Seriously, like I remember this game. I think like a decade, like it was a 360 era game, like literally Xbox 360 era game, and it's just suddenly back out of nowhere. Oh, I also forgot to do the technical stuff. Sorry. 4K resolution, 60 FPS. I think you've noticed though that there are definitely some occasional drops. I don't think it's gonna be like a huge problem for people, but it is definitely, you know, it's definitely, there are some performance drops as you're moving through it, but it doesn't seem to be the end of the world. I guess it's like, to me, it's something that could be easily, you know, smoothed out if it needs to be.
The party doesn't start till
Steal the violin. Lock picks. Wait, are these free? But you can see it's like, you can see it's like the frames are dropping, and you can see that in the other mission too, where it was sort of like, you know, performance drops. Which is not ideal, and I do hope that they are able to do that, like update it and stuff. And this one goes through alright. Because as I said, I like the original, it's just like, it's just sort of weird to make a sequel and then just kind of drop it out of nowhere and not let folks really know about things. That was an interesting choice. Oh. But no, I genuinely recommend playing this, like, if you can with a group of pals. It's way more fun. You can come into, like, randoms online. That was always the thing, too. Just kind of, like, matchmaking, ending up with a bunch of different people. And seeing, you know, where things would go.
Gimlet. Get on privacy, please.
We can hide in the closet.
Go, Gimlet.
Good thing these guards... Oh, jeez, that's not good. Good thing these guards are pretty dumb, but, you know, there's a lot of them.
Gimlet, darling.
Doggo.
With your magic. This is so
I've got a disguise? Between my dog and my disguise, I'll never be found. But this is a pretty worthy sequel. It's just, you know, it's kind of random. So it's a good disguise, but not like a perfect disguise. That disguise ran out pretty quickly. And it gets really wild when you actually are caught and you're being, like, chased by everyone. And you're, like, frantically running away, and you can get wild pretty quickly. Here I am burning through all the coins I've got. Thank you for all the loot. Good thing everyone is oblivious to what I am doing. But I mean, you know, most people, I think if you were thieving from people, would be pretty, like, not thinking about things, you know what I mean? They'd just be kind of in their own little world, and I genuinely think that would be a very common thing. You just wouldn't think about somebody being a thief. It'd be amongst you, and you wouldn't even know. I mean, I guess if they were good at what they do. Ah, the quick unlock. Nice. I feel like I'm making this almost too easy looking.
Go. Ooh, it's perfect.
I think we have the mask and the disguise.
Go, Gimlet.
Yeah, there's a lot of complexity to this as far as, like, the design of the environments. Like, it's a pretty large play space. Right? Like, this is a really impressively large play space. Yeah, no, I'm actually really enjoying this. I don't know how action-packed and exciting it is, but there's a lot going on here. I think maybe it needs more of a challenge thing from those going after you, but I guess their dog thing is pretty overpowered? Pretty overpowered. Oh, we got the violin rafter, and it's an opening level too, right? So it's gonna be a little easier. And now we must escape. It's like a lovely revamped blast from the past. Oh crap, that's not good. Doggo did not leap into the scene fast enough. So getting like beat down with like a stick. Okay, so where do I get out of here from? That's not good. This is a very messy escape. Yep, this is becoming a very, very messy runoff. Doggo, distract! Distract, doggo! Yeah, I really kind of killed my flawless effort here as I awkwardly just kind of run by. I think about that crowd 50% less angry bonus. Actually, dog, just come with me. Let's roll. Aha!
One step ahead of the paparazzi. Well,
It's like I was never here. It actually took a while there. I don't think of it as being very long, but that was like 6 minutes or so, right? Bona fide sanitation.
congratulations.
It's nice to see this series. Yeah, I don't know if people have that, but it's always nice to see an old series that you were like, or well, I guess it's not. It wasn't a series until another, until this one came out. But it's always cool to see something that you enjoyed kind of like return randomly. I'm kind of lazy about this, but you really could set up a pretty good like layout and get all these gems, bonus gems to buy better stuff and gear. Let's figure it out.
Gimlet, my dear, we have some shiny things to steal.
A crossbow.
Just to kill.
That's what I'm talking about. He used a crossbow to take people out. Well, that was... Wow, the shooting is just terrible on this. And then he woke up his buddy anyways. Well, that wasn't worth it. That didn't do anything for me.
Gimlet. Go. Gimlet, darling. Go with your magic.
Having to use my impressive skill of just moving around slightly.
Go.
Good thing this dog is so distracting. I feel like my character is almost overpowered. Like, you know what I mean? I just send the dog around. I would almost be like, oh, this is like an essential character on any team, you would say. So where's the item we need? It's over there. Okay.
Ooh, perfect.
And no one's gonna miss that radio or that like laser gate going down. Well, that's good. Guess they have speedrun times for a reason. Okay, so now we have to get all the way over there. Well, this is gonna be pretty tight. Is that a way to get here, or is that just like a way to escape? It's a lot of pressure going on here, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and grab that extra heart in this room. Don't mind if I do, thank you very much. And a spider thing, because of course there's little secrets.
I can't do that right now.
Yeah, this is definitely in the vein and the style of the original. I'm actually quite impressed how much they were able to replicate that, but, you know, kind of advance it a bit. Guess I could have tranked that guy.
Ooh, perfect.
And now we can exfiltrate nice and silently. Dog, you definitely weren't calming that person, doggo. Thanks, pup. It feels like an almost overpowered ability. Like, how would the other characters even like deal with all these guards, right? Like, I just had the dog to do it, but it's effective.